I came up with my gun over my shoulder backwards, and as soon as I cleared my window frame, I fired around, bang. I saw a glass break, and that threw me off because I'm thinking, I couldn't believe I missed. I know the passenger window was down. The front passenger window was down, I know that. And I saw glass break, and when I saw glass break, what I saw was glass shards bubble, blow up, boom. So I'm like this, and I thought I shot the rear passenger window out. So I actually turned to my left even more and looked at the passenger window, because I couldn't believe I missed. And I came back on him, and he was the same as me. When I fired the first round, it went through his door, the passenger door, right in the middle of it, through the door and hit the glass that was down, and the glass shattered and went through. He did the same thing I did. I can't say he was afraid, but he reacted the same as I did. I went forwards, I had no place to go. I shoot that window out. He knows rounds are coming. His arm is like this here. He turns to his left and goes to the corner trying to get away from the thing. Well, I come back. His arm is still extended with the gun still pointing at me. I adjust and pulled back, and I fired the second round. According to forensics and according to the video recreation they did, the first round and the second round were the exact same trajectory. The first round, had I had the first round raised up 8 inches, I'd have killed him on the first round. But the first round, when I came over, it was leaning down, and I shot through the passenger door. And then I readjusted and pulled back. He went from straight arm, his arm went from here to the steering wheel, like this. No, it didn't retract, it just went from here to here. So they asked me what happened to the gun. I said, I have no idea. When I shot the second round, I knew I hit him because I heard the round hit him, the thud, and I could see it in his eyes. His eyes got real big. And his right arm went right to the steering wheel, and he accelerated. By that time, the light had changed to green, and all the cars in front of us, like I said, I was 4 cars back. All the cars in front of us have left. So when he pulls forward, I'm like this here, and I follow him with my eyes, and I'm on the radio, hey, I just shot this guy, I need help. And I'm reading the license plate off because I'm thinking I'm going in pursuit. As I'm watching him, I put the gun away. He gets to the mid about 35 feet into the intersection and stops and does a U-turn. So I'm still sitting there. Okay, so I go, all right, here he's coming. We're going to joust. Okay, here we go. So he's coming back toward me, and as he's coming back toward me, he's pumping his right arm. His right arm is in this motion here, and he's got the stupidest grin on his face I ever saw. And I think, okay, here we go. So I pull my gun out again, and I'm waiting because I'm going to shoot him when he goes by. We're going to have a rolling gunfight. I'm going to let him have it again. He gets right even with me. He makes a right-hand turn, 90-degree turn into the gas station parking lot. When he goes over the concrete sidewalk to the blacktop, there's a little bit of a lip. When he hit that lip, in my opinion, in my impression, to me, it looked like he shut the key off on the car, on the truck. Because what happened is he hit that lip, and the truck just kind of went, ooh, and rolled in. They say he crashed into a Jeep, but he didn't crash into anything. He drove into the building and came up, touched this Jeep. It wasn't a crash. There was no damage whatsoever, but he touched the thing. I checked traffic, pulled in. I pulled in the gas station, and normally on a felony traffic stop, the police offset to the left to cover the driver going to the driver's side. In this particular case, they questioned me about this because my tactics were different. I offset to the right. And the reason I offset to the right is because I got gas pumps right here on the side, and I'm anticipating a running gun battle through gas pumps, and I didn't want to blow us up. So I offset to the right and got out of my truck, out of car. I pulled my gun, well, as I was getting out of the car, I pulled my badge up, was around my chain around my neck. A Hispanic fellow was coming out of the gas station door, and I held my chain up and my badge, and I go, hey, I'm a cop, call 911. And he turned around, ran back in the station. Whether he called or not, I don't know. I pulled my gun out, and I got up, and I approached the vehicle. I got to the left rear quarter. Basically, his whole body, left side of his body, was in the left door jamb, between the door and the post. But he was slumped to the right. So his whole body was leaning left, slumped to the right. So from where I was, I could see his empty right hand. His right hand was on his right thigh, and I could see it was empty. Had no movement, no sound, no nothing. And I'm standing there screaming, police officer, let me see your hands. Police officer, let me see your hands. Nothing. As I'm standing there, just behind the passenger, the driver's side rear door, I see a black hood of a black car come out from behind the gas station. And it comes out, and it's a CHP car. It comes out to the windshield, it stops abruptly, and then it backs up again out of sight. So I'm standing there, still standing, and I'm watching him, but I'm looking over the hood at the chippies. And the CH car comes back and stops. Didn't come to the windshield. It came up, so I just got the hood and it stopped. And now there's two CHP officers hiding behind the fender and the front fender. So I raise my badge up again, and I'm going, hey, I'm a cop. I need help. Get up here. And they're yelling, drop your gun. Oh, they're yelling. I said, I'm a cop. I need help.
But you're in plain clothes.
Plain clothes. I had a baseball cap on, tank top T-shirt,
right,
jeans, badge around my neck, 9mm in my hand, and I'm in clearly a police officer position. And I'm yelling at him, hey, I'm a cop, need help, come up here. So right at that point, we hear horns blowing. And to my right, my supervisor, Dennis Zoyner, we don't have lights or siren on our cars. They're all plain cars. He comes pulling into the driveway with, he's got his hand out with his badge, left hand out the window with his badge in it. And he had a partner, a female officer who was in the passenger seat. She had her hand out the window with a badge in it, and he's blowing a horn. So the CHP officers see them, and I'm standing over here like this, and I'm watching them, and this guy's not moving, and I'm standing there, okay. And then one CHP officer kind of comes up, and it looked like Barney Fife walking kind of and he comes up. And they'll swear to God they have their guns out, and they're pointing them at me and threatening me to drop my gun and all that stuff. No gun was out. He comes between my Buick and the Montero, and he gets just to the rear quarter, the passenger rear quarter of the Montero in front of my Buick. And I'm looking at him, and he says to me, are you a real cop? I says, yeah, I'm a real cop. This guy's hit bad. Take over. You're in uniform. So he comes around the corner, and I go to the low ready. And as he runs up, he pulls his gun out, and he runs up to the driver's door. And the other chippy comes from the car and runs up to the passenger door and points his gun in the window and they're going to shoot each other. So I go, whoa, and I back up even further. So I'm at the low ready, so I backed up even further. And as I'm watching them, I get a hand in my chest that pushes me back into the gas pumps. It's my boss, the Zoyner. He pushes me back. And I go, so I put my gun away, and at that point, my team had already arrived, the rest of my squad. And we're all plainclothes detectives. They came running in, and we had two Metro guys loaned to us. They came running in, and they took over for the CHP. They pushed them aside, and they opened the door. And when they opened the driver's door, you could hear the gun slide against the door as it opened and dropped to the floorboard. So again, I didn't see the gun. I can't say I saw the gun. The gun was pointing at me when I shot him the second time, and his arm went from here to here. My assumption and belief is that he took his right hand and went to the steering wheel, and that gun flew across the left body and hit the door and slid down and was lodged between his thigh and the door. And he drove away. And then when he came back, when they opened the door, the gun slid down to the floorboard where it was. All right, that's, again, I don't know where it got there, but I know that the local cops that have been harassing me for the last 30 years claim that Gaines carried his gun under the front seat of the car and that I planted it.